want to feel like we can support other stores like ours around the country and feel like there's enough room for all of us to exist and thrive. So, everyone has a sexuality. Every adult is a potential customer. Like, we don't need to feel like we can't talk to other people in this kind of business, because there's, obviously in business a lot of competition, and this, idea that someone is only your competitor and you can't talk about stuff, or, you don't want to share ideas. And it's like, you know what? There's only a handful of stores, and we are each other's allies, and we have a unique experience and priority to take care of customers, have body-safe products, get things that are good quality, and do what they say they're supposed to. I think, Mady and I and our staff, I think, have some of the best jobs in the world. We create a space that's a safe space, a positive space, for people to come and, learn how to improve their relationship or improve their sex life or love their body more. We just help people feel normal and okay. And, I think our culture is very anti-sex and doesn't really deal with sexuality that much. So it's a real oasis in the desert, I'd like to say. We call ourselves a Sexuality Resource Center because not only do we sell things like wonderful, massage oil and toys and lubricants and books and all that, but really help people find resources, and that can be in different ways. So we do offer classes, private workshops, toy parties, books, videos, including instructional videos. And all of our classes are a space that's about learning, what we call sex ed for grown-ups. It's like techniques around sexuality, relationship dynamics, helping people reframe their expectations around sex and broaden their definitions of sex, and just give people the techniques and anatomy lessons that people don't get in school.
All of my experiences have been very good. The staff is extremely helpful. They're all very knowledgeable. So any questions, they're always very eager to answer, and they definitely let you know right from when you get in there. They ask you if it's your first time so they can kind of ease you into it. But they definitely make you feel comfortable, so it's never like a weird, shy kind of experience. So they're all very open in there. It's definitely not as raunchy as other sex shops that I've been to. So I think it kind of stands out. It kind of stands alone a little bit. It tends to have a little more class to it. I mean, not saying that the other places are bad, because Lord knows I still go there. But I think you'll find different things when you're looking here than if you go to a different porn shop. I do think that it's important. I think that it's important because people need to feel comfortable with their sexuality, and they need some place to go where they can feel comfortable, especially people who still are figuring themselves out, their own sexual identity and stuff like that. And I think that this is a good place where people can come to feel comfortable and not judged.
Alright, and this is a class schedule. It just kind of talks about some of our upcoming events and things like that. The total's going to be 904.
Everyone can likes to approach sexuality in different ways. So there might be folks who are really shy and would never go to a class, even if it's fully clothed, and we talk about confidentiality in every class. Even so, many people, that is very scary and daunting as a experience. And so we do applaud the bravery of everyone who attends a class. But also we have books that someone can read in private, get more in-depth information on their own.
We don't stock any sex toys with toxins. The bulk of what's sold in the United States are toys that are illegal in Europe, are illegal in Canada. There's an ingredient called phthalates that is it's a known carcinogen, and it's in most sex toys. You won't find those here. There's a history of sex shops being used as a way to turn a buck, to make a profit very quickly. They also rely on shame and just a dirty feeling around sex, so they haven't felt like they need to have quality products or good customer service. We're like the opposite of that. We make sure that everything we sell is body safe. We make sure that the messages of the things that we sell are body positive and sex positive, and that there's room for people to explore their kinks without judgment. But you know, it's like night and day. That's like saying, you know, what's the difference between fine dining and McDonald's? You know, we just run on a different business model. And I would say the easiest way to sum that up is we run our store on an ethic of caring.
So it's been about 30, 40 years that there have been women-owned shops like this, and it's very important because so much of sexuality and relationships has obviously come from a patriarchal, male-dominated direction and power structure, and so, you know, down to current relationships, there's still lots of issues with domestic violence and lack of consent and women being objectified, and I mean, that's the worst of it, and there's definitely a pretty well-known, you know, issues around that for women. So I think women taking, you know, control of their own sexuality and their choices is a big deal. I think it's still revolutionary for us to say that women and men, you know, deserve to have their own healthy sexuality.